So I want to share from Beverly Engel, Healing Your Emotional Self. She says, many people consider emotions like fear, guilt, sadness, and anger, and shame as negative. However, there are no negative emotions if you view all emotions as signals or messengers telling us that something important is occurring. What makes an emotion negative is how we deal with it and the interpretation that we give it. Most people deal with emotions in Most people deal with emotions, with these kind of emotions, in one of these four negative ways. One, they try to avoid feeling the emotion entirely, which is called suppression. Two, they try to deny the feeling by pretending it's not that bad, minimizing. Three, they blame someone else for making them feel as they do. Four, they deny their feelings by projecting them onto someone else. So whether it's suppressing the feelings, minimizing the feelings, blaming, or denying, all four prevent us from heeding the signal that the emotion is sending, from learning from it, and vitalizing that knowledge to our best advantage. According to most experts, there's actually 8 or so primary, or what we call basic emotions, that we're born with for the potential or biological readiness for them. And all other emotions are actually considered secondary or social emotions because they're learned and are usually some combination of the basic emotions like fear, disgust, guilt, shame, anger, and sorrow, joy, surprise, and interest. Guilt and shame is considered one here. Marion, woodman, she says, what you know in your head will not sustain you in moments of crisis. Confidence comes from body awareness, knowing what you feel in the moment. The most effective way to reclaim emotions like love and pain is to begin to pay attention to your body, because even when we unconsciously repress our feelings, our body remembers them. We call these body memories. The body remembers what it felt like when we were neglected or criticized or rejected or smothered as a child. And for each emotion the body experiences a different set of physical sensations and remembers with stiffness or constrictions and tensions the pain and anger we felt as a child. We can allow ourselves to connect with our body and let it express and release all the pain of childhood. It bleeds, it tingles, tightens, and hurts for a reason. It's trying to tell us something and reminding us of the lands of childhood trauma that we experienced. Joseph Bennet and Eli Hans, together I learned from them, until now as a tool. So we say until now as a tool. I'm going to continue I want to first finish with Beverly Engel. So when we reconnect with our feelings, it provides us with joy, strength, and courage. And one of the most effective ways of discovering who we are, in fact, is to pay attention to our emotions, and because some emotions define our self-awareness. So, in fact, some people define self-awareness as being conscious of our moods and our thoughts about moods. The best way is to take a neutral stance. So non-reactive, non-judgmental. And we have to stop labeling emotions as good or bad, because they educate us on our environment and our circumstances and on ourselves, and they can empower us to take better care of ourselves and help raise our self-esteem. Plus, once we've deadened our feelings, and then in this time that we feel them, they're liberated. They can actually help us by providing the useful information so we can make rational decisions and take appropriate actions in life. Then I want to share a cool tool from Joseph Bennet and Eli Hans. Until now. It's basically a tool that when we speak negatively, the most important thing is to keep so there's two things here. One is the tool when the emotions are happening is until now. So you can say, I've been feeling really sad until now. And then you can say, I've been really messy until now. And then I've been, procrastinating until now. And the other tool was to keep the most important thing. So not letting everything become a 10 out of 10 when it's not. I wanted to share from in an OA meeting, Overeaters Anonymous meeting, I was learning about fear being when I'm projecting misfortune. It's meaning making. And then I'd been feeling resentful because rejection or being ignored or misunderstood or irredeemable, like I have to be a beggar and strong enough to be weak enough, and being disrespected and not accommodated, and there's reward and punishment. And then I was looking at self-reliance, how fear dissociates me from my body, and how this is all related to my self-concept, my self-presentation, my self-representation, my values and standards, and of course the adaptive self, and of course our self-image, which is, we will include also body image, and then of course I would say, like, it's this of courseness of it, like, oh, and of course that's who I'm going to be keeping company to, my body, myself. So who I'm keeping myself company, and then am I judging myself when I'm disciplining myself, or is it like a self-discipline, like out of love? Maturation is really challenging, and advice, versus like advice being easy to give. So it's opinions that are okay as long as the person is still open to new information. So this idea of, for me, humility, that growth pains are hard, transitions and resistance, and avoiding discomfort and the change and unknown. And however, with growth, we become more loving and respectful, even if the people aren't more, like they don't change. We had a new month of Sivan, and wait, so it's like half a year away, because like, wait, what was it? So in 6 months, we're basically halfway across the year from Cheshvan. So I thought it would be interesting to look at it across the board. We're now in Sivan, which is Gemini, and Cheshvan is Scorpio. So we're going to look at the across. So first I'll share a little entry. Hayom, which is a daily reader from the Frierdiker rebbe. We learned that on Cheshvan 7, the 7th day, November 8th, 2024, I read this. It was man's work. In Hebrew, we say avoda. Since the Torah was given, the correct sequence of circumcision is to remove the arla of the body, then of the tongue, and then of the heart. So it's deed, speech, and thought. Our arla, as foreskin, could be considered dullness and insensitivity. Our father Abraham lived prior to the giving of the Torah, however, so he first recognized his creator through thought, basically in the backwards way. Then he disseminated godliness through speech, and then finally he did the circumcision through deed. So, so I want to talk about Cheshvan. Cheshvan, I had an intention at that time to label the unlabeled and unlabel the label. And I was looking at I was thinking of blessings would be like learning from and healing the inner judge, seeing it as a neutral faculty, a gift, a birthright. I was looking into health and relief and reciprocity and feeling chosen, presence, gratitude and abundance, mercy, ecstasy, deep feelings that hit the spot, wisely, courageously accepting reality, flowing pure love, peace with the comings and the goings, the coming and the going. And then, of course, I'm very into of course today, empowering language that soothes and blesses and satisfies. I think I want to end off with two things. One, we all have rights. It's naturally unalienable rights to have our own ideas about things, judgments, our own opinions and values and standards, all based on our own experience of the world and of people. However, no one is truly self-reliant. That every phone and Zoom call and dress and shoe and pen and paper involves many, many people, including me and you in this video. And we'll stop here, but I'm going to do another video shortly for this before the Sabbath, because tomorrow's Friday, and I want to focus on getting ready for Shabbos. So that's all for today. All right, bye.